The only question about is she good or not in Zoo is, do you have time to play her spells out? Because, like, Zoo's usually good at spending its energy in the mid to late game, yeah? You're almost never going to want to play Flame over a body in Zoo. Yeah, I think that's probably likely, unfortunately. Think him into this. Think him into this. Whoa! Look at chat. They're doing a thing. Please clap. I think we're holding the flames for next turn with the monkey. It also gives us an extra point on the Kahori potentially. They don't have any more flames in their hand, right? I'm gonna punt the right. And then I think it's this. Nicholas Scratch having Angela's sound effect is so weird. Clea confirmed has 100% win rate in the mirror. Asserting our dominance as the superior witch. It is neat play patterns. I think it would be sweet for Marvel Snap if Clea was a playable card. It's definitely very interesting deck building. And there's lots of sequencing choices inside of the games. So far, Kahori has not felt particularly good. We keep having a pretty wide board and being unable to get triggers onto Clea. Wonder Wage, thanks for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. Misery. Why would Clea be good with Misery? Why would Clea be good with Morgan? People keep shouting out random card names, and I'm very confused. I think I'm actually not going to Agony the Clea because I have Marvel Boy. Hey Jeff, is Clea good with Kang? Asking the real questions. These are the hard-hitting questions Marvel snappers need to know. Is she good with Firestar? That's the real question. Does Agony have any variants? Not currently. I think there's a Dynamite one though. Mojo World is gonna go away. Good call. Zach Goals, thanks for the over 4 years. Welcome back. Her animations are so good. Super clean. Ham is activate now for people in chat confused by him. Yeah, it is guaranteed to hit Hitmonkey if I take this line. I don't know. Feels like we're dead. Alright, can we win the left somehow? I mean, this is 12 points over here. And I'm gaining 2 over here. And I'll come down to some Marvel Boy shenanigans. Monkey didn't turn into Ham. Ham now gets rid of the text on the card. Is Dormammu better than Clea? I would be astounded if Dormammu wasn't a more powerful card than Clea. I'll be absolutely shocked if Clea is a card worth playing. Or try some stuff today, but she has a lot of work for a very small payoff. It feels like skills are always a bit undertuned. Merlin is our one example that's not super. She was a 114. Well, so that's not exactly true, right? Because you spent a bunch of energy to get those extra things out of her. Like if you flames her, play one flame, she was like a 2-5 and then a 3-8 and then a 4-11, which is like, it's above rate. But it's like nothing to write home about, right? Evening boom. I think I want to avoid playing into the Rocket Raccoon path early. Alright, so they're likely a Killmonger deck here, FYI. Oh, that was the lay high Zemo. Good call. Well, I mean, that could have gone worse. So we use this to fill Asteroid M, so that monkey could go to the right. looks like they're playing the Clea auto deck. Yeah, that's fair. Man, this is the most cards I've ever... This deck has such a high density of cards I like playing for feeling like what I'm not going to play for very long. And this is actually an interesting thought. One of the observations I had was Morgan felt really reasonable inside of Sanctum Showdown because Sanctum Showdown games were organically 7 turns sometimes. And I think Clea and a number of these other designs they've put out recently kind of fall into that very similar category where it feels like we just don't have enough time for these cards to be useful. Like there's so much setup and moving parts that you just can't fit it into a 6-turn game. And part of the problem too is like Magic's not a real solution to the problem that I'm talking about because Magic requires you to take a turn off to gain the benefit from her. You can't develop your game plan on the Magic turn. So Magic doesn't really help these cards that have all these bits and pieces that move. I think Sanctum would be an awesome tournament format. I actually think regular Marvel Snap, where the optimal thing is someone to be leaving the game a majority of the time, kinda sucks for spectating. I really like that Sanctum encourages people to actually play the games out. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut Kahori for something else after this game. She, like, in theory works with a lot of the cards in this deck, but in practice just hasn't felt good enough. What kind of idiot would sit there and watch someone else play Marvel Snap? Well, I mean, I think it's worth calling out that, like, a lot of the people who are the popular Marvel Snap content creators, like, by and large, the most popular Marvel Snap content creators are not people sitting there grinding the best decks. Like, the biggest person in the Snap space on YouTube by a wide margin is Regis, and he's, by his own admission, a very casual focus, right? Like, he's trying to build decks that have fun. And I would argue here on the Twitch side, I've got pretty similar goals to that. The people making super try-hard content like exist, but they're not the biggest creators in the space. And that's basically true of most card games, right? Like, regardless of the card game, whether it's Shadowverse or Marvel Snap or Pocket or whatever, a majority of people who watch card game content are watching content with the purpose of looking for decks that they want to play at home. That's their goal most of the time in watching content. Well, I'm really glad we incidentally got 2 extra energy here since Mobius flipped up and ruined our Black Swan. All right, I assume the dog's moving here, yeah? Can we do this and spread left and right? Spread some okay points out here. And if the dog stays where it is, they're only at 16 there, and then a single Marvel Boy point center lets us win that. I watched you play Cerebro 5 yesterday. It's all I played for the last 24 hours. It's so much fun. Yeah, it was in my best decks roundup. It'll be tomorrow morning's highlight, too, I think is the plan. Almost every time I've looked at our deck and been like, yeah, that was kind of a sweet game. Clea's one of the 2 cards we didn't draw. Are there enough buff cards to couple Clea with the wolf? I don't think so. I'm not sure any of the potential enablers for Clea outside of Marvel Boy seem very good. She really wants a 1 energy forge. She would love the shit out of a 1 energy forge. Hulkbuster, maybe? I mean, we're playing a reasonable game here, but again, it's not because Clea's in our deck. Oh, that's so brutal. So I'm gonna go Omniversal Presence. I'm gonna do this first, and then this, and then this, and then I'm gonna finish on Nico, who can turn something into a demon next turn. Final answer, final answer. Okay, this center location's going through some stuff, chat. Oh, for fuck's sake. I mean, can they beat us left and right? Does ever win the game? It gives us +1 left and right. If the dogs jump, they move middle. They're probably gonna shag us on the right. Is it polymorph better? That Nico ended on a demon spell. Spell for Nicholas. This is a card in hand for the collector's jet. The only reason spell could be better is because collector on the right could die to Shang. But if they Shang the right, the dogs jump out of the middle and they probably lose the left. Do you think this long pause is them realizing they bit off more than they can chew, or because they're about to killmonger me and they're emoting us aggressively? We're winning the center. Well, we currently only have 15 in the center. Never before has there been such a shag-brained boomer snap. So I will say, this deck list has been a pretty fun Nicholas scratch deck, which honestly, that might just be what Clea is. She's not a big bomb that, like, is gonna win the game on her own, but, like, as an enabler for Nicholas scratch occasionally, she's felt fine. I think Nicholas needs more than just Merlin. Merlin's obviously Nicholas's best enabler, but he really wants at least a second, I think. Come on, Marvel Snap, you're killing me. All right, we need to take an ad break, but I want to play some more with this. I think Kahori's felt very clunky. It's probably just Forge, but I'm gonna stew on other options. Maybe it's Hulkbuster. I could see Hulkbuster too. Have some adverts chat. We're gonna slot something else in Kahori and we'll talk about it afterwards. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. It's Hulkbuster, Penny, maybe Penny Parker. Penny Parker technically works with Collector. She technically works with Collector. I do have a banger Penny variant I've never played with. Is it ever Werewolf Penny? I think I want a third way to enable Clea. There isn't. Marvel Boy is literally the only card in the deck that enables Clea more than once, right? Are there any other cards in Marvel Snap that enable Clea more than one time? Is there any that are slipping my mind? Gwen's pretty specific, but that might be an answer. High Evo plus Misty Knight. High Evo plus Misty Knight. That sounds terrible, but we'll do it. I'm making that the next one. Okay. I'm writing that down. High Evo, Misty, Clea. That's the next one for sure. I want to play one more set with this one, but this one plays. You play Marvel Boy too, right? That's the next one. My head says Gwenpool. My heart says Penny Parker. I think Gwenpool is at least as clunky as Corey as a Clayable. Yeah, I think so, Gonzaboon. I agree. It's probably Penny or Forge or Hulkbuster, realistically. I like that Penny could give points to what's his name? Oh, and Penny's another card that works with Agony, which I think is bonus points for her. I think her working with Agony is another upside for Penny. We like already want to be an Agony for Clea deck, so there's overlapping synergies there, right? Like Agony and Penny work with Clea, and then Agony and Penny also work together. Because like the extra energy's not terrible when we're going into like Hitmonkey turns at the end of the game as well. Yeah, honestly, the more I think about it, the more I'm talking myself into Penny. How does Gwen trigger her? She buffs in hand. You get what's her name generates flames when she buffs in your hand. She just doesn't generate flames when she buffs on the board. Or when she buffs in your deck. Holding Mr. Scratch for Black Swan and Hitmonkey on the last turn. All right, I think we're abandoning the left. So Penny goes to 11 in the center. And then our Hitmonkey is 9. Which is taking the Monster Metropolis bonus away from Gwenpool on the right. And this Hitmonkey had 2 of their 3 Gwenpool bonuses, so most of those are accounted for.
Power must be controlled.
That's a game of Marvel Snap. Wait, does Marvel Boy let me win the center? I think he might, yeah? Sure does. No, wait, we tie and then we lose the breaker? God damn it. Oh, Marvel Snap. I am sad. Isn't my opponent's Clea deck really cool? Their deck did a really powerful thing with the new card, chat. They Shang-Chi'd me. Yes, without the location, Penny would not have gotten Shanged. That's accurate. Punished for using the ant maze, I suppose. I'll wait one more turn because Deco can give us a way to deal with the hood. Oh, I should have played Scratch Out probably. Really surprised they didn't Marvel Boy the bar. I guess they didn't want to punt it as a location. Do we want to polymorph Black Swan? That's kind of fun. I think I want to copy the Hit Monkey. So do I want to give up the demon? Do I do this? This is the fun play. Oh, right. Oh, wait, this is going all the way up to a 7, yeah? No, up to a 6. Behold my mighty hand! Well then. I'm actually not sure if that's good for us or bad for us. If I'm being completely honest. Am I dead? I think I'm dead. This gives me 4 Marvel Boys in the middle, right? Which means I'm adding 4... I'm adding 10 over here? Oh, and play Scratch before the future, yeah. Yeah, I think we win left and right here. Pretty sure. Yeah, really interesting play to clear the center. What a fun game. And then we're guaranteed to add 8 on the right, and we're winning the left by a lot. Nice boomer snap, bud. Get toasted. This is where I would put my fast forward if I had one. Why didn't Nick trigger for each spell? Because I only played one spell. Multiple spells resolve, but I only played one.
Victory.
Play and dip. I want to like her so badly, chat. I want to like her so badly. And then, of course, there are Shang-Chi decks, so I just can't contest Monster Island now, basically. I think I do this to try and throw priority, yeah? Are they gonna shake me, chat? Always. Does Monkey win right if they shag? No, because Monkey's only +8. It's only 9. Man, I bet wrong. So I'd have won if I didn't play around Shang, yeah. If I would have put Arrow in the center and Monkey on the right to play for all three, I would have been -5 in the center. Yeah, I'd have won. What a just fucking shit show. It's so frustrating. My initial impression here is really low. The card does not seem like it's remotely strong enough for the amount of effort you have to go through to enable it. We're gonna move along to play and try and something else with it, but I am currently very skeptical that this is going to be a relevant or useful card. It feels, I was a little worried that she was going to get hard teched against, but so far playing with her, it doesn't feel like she's strong enough to worry about people teching against her, so it's not really an amazing place to be, but it's where we're at. All right, we are going to fill in the details in this while the adverts roll. We'll be back for one more round of Clea Cope when we return. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. Technically has synergy with Abomination. Yeah, I suppose. I don't know that I want to get shut off by Luke Cage that badly, though. Are we probably still a... How is this card still a 3/4? Are we probably still a Merlin Nicholas scratch deck? How is this card still a 3/4? Is Diamond back in consideration? I don't think so. Like, she's only a 3/5 if you're afflicting one thing, which is, like, not a very good rate. You gotta have Wasp too, right? I mean, I don't think Wasp is good enough. Rhino's a cute idea. Its rock works with Marvel Boy and also with Merlin. Air Eater. It's the same deck. Really love Clea's design, and I wish cards like her were better in Marvel Snap. I wish cards like her tended to be better in this game, but they're just often not. Who's his dentist? Asking the real questions. Nice straight choppers. Silver Sable's another one that also works with Abomination. That's true. I don't hate that. Laufey. It speaks volumes to how bad High Evo Thing has been power crept that Laufey's better than High Evo Thing. Chat, I'm gonna give you one of the most valuable deck building lessons you're ever gonna get. The total power level of this deck is not high enough to cut a potential synergy card for a card to stop Killmongers. You just accept that you're going to eat shit to the tech card that beats you, rather than playing a card that makes you worse in every other matchup outside of the tech card matchup. So yes, does my deck that's half ones absolutely suck shit against what's it called? Yes, absolutely. Should we build around that? No, absolutely not. Could they have made Clea's spells cost 0 is an interesting question. I think the answer is probably yes. There's such a real cost to playing her spells out in the late game. Because like they kind of still take up board space, especially on turn 6, they effectively take up space. I really wish they'd buff a ton of High Evo's kit. I feel like they could put High Evo back to its full release stats. Genuinely. Well, there's my card, but I don't have one of my 2 enablers, so kinda doesn't do anything. Show me Wicked. Okay, I mean, I'm gonna get to enable her, but we're not enabling her until turn 6, right? So it kinda just doesn't do anything. Yeah, opponent's playing 34 card Monty for people asking. I think I put the right, maybe, kind of. Anya can buff Clea. Yeah, that's true, actually. She gives you some control over the timing on it, too. It's an interesting thought. That's a real card no one suggested yet. mean, Clea was what? She was a 2-6 that game? I think talking about numbers like that really put into context the payoff that you're getting for the amount of work that you're doing. I spent 2 energy on her, and she provided her 2 power, plus 3 on the flames, plus 1 on Nicholas Scratch. So she was 2 energy for 6 points on the board. And if you were like, if I were like, hey, would you do a bunch of work to get a flexible lizard in your deck? It's just like, probably not, right? I do like Anya as a suggestion though. Can I fit Anya in here somewhere? Kinda not. Honestly, this might not be a Sunspot deck, because we're looking to only soak small amounts. We're probably not passing. Someone was saying She-Hulk earlier. We're not a She-Hulk deck. We're not passing with a bunch of energy unused on 5. Yes, when the Wicked triggered on turn 6 when we didn't have any high evo cards to enable. Good way to put it. I will say this. I think Clea is the most mirror matches I've ever played for a card that feels this weak. Which means the fact that she's an interesting design is still encouraging people to pick her up. Which is good. I take this mulligan. Shuffle her back in. Merlin means I technically brick a draw here, yeah? That's a really interesting bug. Nicholas Scratch didn't trigger because I demoned the skill. That's gotta be a bug, right? So Nico's gonna be nice and large next turn. Yeah, she's gonna jump up to 12. What do we think? We're gonna lose the left. Unlucky. With the opponent be playing Shang, there's no window for them to Shang anything we have on our board, because they have priority. A free Clea activation! Chad, it's like I'm cheating! I'm cheating! We drew her! And we got free one! Oh me, oh my, oh me, oh my! So let's go Hood into Polymorph into Nico. And then she'll go up to 8 over here. I mean, this maximizes our odds of getting more flames. It's probably wrong. I think the correct play is this, so we just take the Mad Rapport bonus. I hate that it's right, but it's right. Cyclops could probably go as high as being a 3/6. Absolutely agree. Could not agree more. I'm just not once in futuring, right? Does Clea interact with Morgan Le Fay? How would those two possibly interact? Can you explain it to me? Yeah, banishing is different than being destroyed. Morgan does not bring back her spells. Even if she did, I don't think you'd have enough time for that to be useful or relevant. Honestly, I think I punt the center. I think I just play left and right. Call it a day. Her animation is very good. All of the animations surrounding Clea are incredible. Another one of those things I'm like kind of keeping track of in the back of my mind is that most of our game wins with Clea have been against other Clea decks. So, and this is playing with Clea today. I wouldn't be surprised if she gets a buff in some way, but she also doesn't strike me as the type of card that they're gonna buff into being good. I think is my initial impression. She'll be a footnote buff on an OTA. Yeah, like Flames could probably be -4, or they could even, if they really wanted to be bold, they could toy with it being 0 energy. But I don't think either of those. I feel like either of those changes maybe make her Tau level playable, which is better than it was, but. She should generate a flame spell anytime any card gets permanent power. Yeah, I think that would probably make her good enough. Maybe limit it once per turn. Once per turn when a card gains power, she gives you a flames. No, I think you'd have to restrict it. But I think that makes it a reasonable card. Clea does not work with Bast for the people at home who are Spice Rack enjoyers, just for clarity's sake. Flames is a 0 cost to be broken with both. I don't think so. I think given the amount of work you have to jump through to generate even a single copy of Flames, I think they could be free and it would be fine. Obviously, I'm wrong plenty, but you're really underestimating how much work you have to do to make this happen. All right, chat. This is it. This is the game the legends foretold of. She's either cracked here or she's fucking worthless. This is the Clea game. What a fucking textbook perfect experience. Like, cannot fully put into words how pitch fucking perfect that was. Just like, holy, my dearest gamers. Because of that, and that is quintessentially part of the problem, right? Like, everything's firing on all cylinders. It's finally gonna do the thing and work, but then also you get absolutely brutalized by 800 different things. This is just a low collection level opponent, gamers. I got a rock!
Victory.
Behold my creations.
Clea's great. You just need to dodge the half a dozen tech cards that beat you, get Clea out early, get an activator out early, play your flames out early, and then hope that they don't have enough stats to beat a vanilla 1-3. Alright, let's see if we can win an Electra 50-50. Actual, factual 0% on Electra 50-50s. Actual, factual 0%. I think Clea's probably bad enough that there won't be, and maybe this is too much optimism, but I think there's a chance that Clea is bad enough that there won't be clickbait with her. I feel like I'd be surprised if there's Clea is busted decks for YouTube in the morning. That feels a little too optimistic. Yeah, mayhaps. All right, unironically, I don't think we can beat a copy of Odin. Because this doesn't beat Odin, right? It's 11 up to 16. Assume both of these hit center, which isn't a guarantee. That gives us 18, and then Odin is 11 with Medusa. I'm actually gonna give this person a silver ticket because it's not really interesting to me to play against a low series gamer. I want to play against a real deck. Not that we're playing a real deck, but they could have a silver ticket or whatever we were playing for there. And that's no shade against my opponent. My opponent played the game well. It's just not a very interesting game for me as an endgame player to play against the all-starter cards. We'll have Nico eat Silver Sable here. I think I read that fanfic online one time. Chat, wow, actually this is actually bad. When they Nakia'd, they gained a card in their hand. So I know that they have what's her name in their hand. But the game didn't show me visually that they have it. Which is wrong. If I can derive that Clea is in their hand by watching their hand size when this happens, it should show me that they're getting the card in their hand. I hope they fix that. You should never make players manually track derived information in a digital card game. Unironically, I think this is one of the biggest indictments of Clea as a card. My opponent could have forged their Clea, but instead they elected to forge something else because forging Clea wasn't a worthwhile thing to be doing. What if I do this and kick Clea into here after we polymorph? That's kind of fun. So here's the thing. Wow, can you believe this, gamers? I played Clea out and then we won the game? When do you think Second Dinner is gonna stop releasing these very clearly pay-to-win cards? It's pretty unacceptable. Can you believe the rate that this dying game is releasing pay-to-win cards? How are you supposed to keep up if you don't have 6,000 tokens to buy Clea? Unironically, Anya letting you move things into the path you played a spell into on the last turn of the game, letting you play a spell there but then fill the spot after the fact, actually has some sweet value to it. That's not something that I've thought about before from a deck design perspective. They have an X23 profile picture. Are we about to get Killmongered? The snap is dead narrative have reached my friends' algorithms that don't play. It's spreading. One of my buddies who I know in real life, and we chat, he like plays Magic the Gathering casually still. He told me that my video reacting to Regis's video about Marvel Snap dying because of everything that's going on was the first one of my videos he's had on his YouTube feed probably in a year. It's such a lovely platform. All right, so I think we're doing this. How badly do you think my Chi's going to be shagged in the center? We played the Lockjaw Wong deck on stream that was in my highlights video, and unfortunately it was really mediocre. How did the demon get 1 extra power from Anya? I hate to say it, Jeff, but I've never seen a monster survive on your side of the board. It's true, you know. Lost the 50-50 on my Once Upon a Time there. Or my Once in Future, whatever it's called. Two X Nico. 2x Nico. I think I'm into it. Oh, we're 1 short of the left still. Need more points than that. Oh, it's a face down card, Luke Cage. It just doesn't matter. Oh, it just doesn't matter anyways because of the hazmat. At least you didn't get shagged, that's true. Yeah. Maybe they just won't draw Killmonger, right? Right? We should just set the X-23 on fire. Cool. So I have some other post OTA decks I want to play, but I don't think we're gonna play anymore, Clea. Just give a concise wrap to put a bow on the YouTube video that's gonna be titled something along the lines of Clea's a trash card. She's just things did not go as, I mean, they kind of went exactly as planned. Like I unfortunately this card exactly met my expectations. She is an incredible amount of work for a very minimal payoff, that also gets disrupted by a ton of cards that people want to be playing anyways. So, in order for a card that eats shit to Killmongers and Luke Cages and Red Guardians and all these other things to be remotely serviceable, she needs to be a lot less work to get you to where you're trying to go than this one does. And like trying to build your deck around Marvel Boys and Misty Knights is just really, really not it. Yeah. So, it's a shame because she goes in with a lot of cards that I really like playing, but she's just such a low payoff for just how much work you do. All right. Is she just an incidental thing if you put her in hand buffers you? Well, hand buff isn't a good deck, and it's a deck that's already tight on slots that doesn't have room to play something like Clea. And Zoo doesn't really have room to play Clea's spells on curve because it's already spending all of its energy playing things like Khazars and Blue Marble.